Good evening, everyone. Happy holidays. Uh, I don't want to get any more specific than that because I feel like I want to be inclusive, and also saying that pisses off right wing people a lot. So I like that. Um, yeah, anyway, got some Daft Punk going on tonight to kind of match a record that Gore got me for Christmas, specifically this one. We're just listening to it on iTunes because I still don't have my record set up over here. Um, yeah. Anyway, me jump over here and let's go ahead and get Rise from the Ashes started. And oh. All right, let's go. This is definitely more detailed than the other cases as far as the animation goes. Interesting. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am, it only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy? I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please, I'm out of time. But please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of, jumpy. Or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Yes, young. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming quite well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me an 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? So, you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Yes, the fuck you are. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And, well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well... Actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I don't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year, understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana, Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Well, wait, but the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. My, that was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk? Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? One moment. You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey. It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year, and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good too in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right. I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. Hi, Ange. Thank you for the lurk. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. Nothing new to talk about, so let's go to the underground parking lot. So this is the lot where it all happened? Looks like they're still investigating. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Hey there! You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? What do we have here? Looks like Bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Marshall? Looks more like a sheriff to me. Look here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. If you're fixing to mess with what's ours, you'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Was that, hombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective. He thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Aha! A ladder! That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Well, see, your step ladder's not your real ladder, so you don't have to listen to it. Don't. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. What's this, a wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me, and also a gross misuse of chain of custody. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. Here, I'll teach you the trick to examining evidence in detail, okay? By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Oh, is this a tutorial? Okay, now look at the court record. Right. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining from every angle. Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with the press of the A button. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. This wall is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade, hiding the truth. This is no wall, but a water tank. Fail to see how it makes any difference either way. Look, a stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Jesus Christ. Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose. Aha! The theory of relativity. What? I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe, you know, was Mr. Relativity German, or was he British? Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? Okay, I think I've got everything on this screen. No, not yet. An oil drum. Looks like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over here is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I think you'll probably just get arrested. In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. Alright. Tape recorder. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. Sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Ugh, scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, little Philly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle, huh? Please? No problem, partner. About time for vittles anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where does this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self. Look up vittles, saloon, cerveza. Maybe we should check out room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our plan. Right. Great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Hello? Half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by, or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone, even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough-up? Huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? She's the witness. I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen. Tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Jesus. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Damn, I want sushi. I almost always want sushi, though. That's not new. Destiny? Was yesterday's special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know, then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors, they have no qualms at all about blacking the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors' convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Do you not? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday, it was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so... Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears, and the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course, it's quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General Chow's Trilobite lunch set. Never mind. You win. I don't even want to appreciate part of the Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So, to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Starr, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Starr? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh, perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. What if Miss Starr was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past? That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking cough-up queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. About this card. Lunchland vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. Why do I always feel like I'm being mocked? Damn. Okay, I can't slide over to the car anymore. This is the kind of room that just screams I can do the job. Okay. I see some cool stuff in the background. Steel Samurai statue. And, Edgeworth's coat. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once, and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor, after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here. Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? The body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. So the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it, right? You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir. Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember. You've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me, too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop.
But...
Some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky. Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case.
That's right, I remember.
2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then, why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon?
To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't he take a joke? It's a shitty joke, Nick.
You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he?
I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth, but then my sister would be found guilty.
If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense, especially with you.
He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright?
Nah, with Edgeworth it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. Alright, let's... I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of Prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So? So that K, that's...
K stands for king?
Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing.
King of Prosecutors, kind of like Employee of the Month, only better.
How is that going to be relevant?
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket. Right, I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty. Take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy.
Wendy? Is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
No. Wendy, old bag. I don't think so. A work desk is quite tidy, as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you.
Ooh, cute. What a pretty tea set. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing, the drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. I feel judged. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's in a bit of a tight spot. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair? Nah, it's nothing. Whoa, these are all case files? They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Alright, I think that's everything. Oh, nope. Whoa! What a view! It must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you to jump out this window, the time till impact with the ground would be... Got it! Approximately 3.23 seconds. That's handy to know. Little grim. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything. So, basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Parking stub. It's added to the court record. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Who's this nutsack? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Skye? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Skye, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not?
Oh my goodness, Raven, thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. We Hi Raven. How was your stream? You definitely did not get up to no good today. See, totally innocent. Oh my god. That's great. I love the raid message. Oh, wow. Welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, my name is also Raven, clearly. You totally did not spill half a bottle of ink. Yikes. Well, hopefully you were able to clean it up pretty easily. Thank you all for the follows. Oh my goodness. Yeah, anyway, intro. Yeah, I'm Raven. This is Raven's Retro Corner. I play mostly retro games. Sometimes I play modern card games and the like. And yes, Phoenix Wright is old enough to be considered retro. Oh, so many follows. Thank you so much. Yeah, try to keep the vibes pretty chill here, but yeah, I just hope we all have fun. So, when you spilled this half a bottle of ink, what is it you were working on, Raven? Oh my goodness. That bar just keeps on filling. Y'all are crazy. I very much appreciate you all. Just watching the Diamine 2024 ink vent and decided to mix all of it for science. I mean, inks separate, good. Inks together, possibly even better. Who knows, right? Gotta check for science. You know, to quote Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, yeah, bitch, science. More gooder, and it was better. Oh, purple, love purple. Whenever I decide to get unlazy, I definitely am dyeing my hair purple. It's just I'm really really lazy. Yeah, Raven, if you have any pictures that you feel like posting in the Discord, that would be great. And if anyone would like to join the Discord, you don't have to, but there is a link right there or down in my panels. Anyway, yeah, I'm realizing during this scene there's no background music, and it's literally just me. So let's get to a scene with some background music, shall we? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir. Give me your name. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins, take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Mm, but sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Yikes. Phoenix is savage. Come on now. Right. Yes, sir. You caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there.
Uh, thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down, at least. Alrighty. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to talk to you about. No. Music in this game is so good. Alrighty. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me, that took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hmm? Hold on. What's that? Unsettling, disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Ah, that thing's creepy.
Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger? Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Love talking to Gumshoe. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case.
Why not?
Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
Hey, Tira, welcome in. How are you doing? But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second?
Huh? Me?
Why is this little girl so peeved at me?
She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister.
Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister?
Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked.
Huh?
It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
Yeah, ever since Von Karma went down?
Yeah.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing. Really? They kicked me out of criminal affairs.
Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time?
What do you mean, this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
You're puzzling while I'm puzzling. What kind of puzzling are you doing? It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest-ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest-ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank-and-file detectives in at all.
The physical kind, like a jigsaw puzzle? None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the Badger Dance down pat.
Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. An Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy.
A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal.
Wonder if I can show this to him. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this?
Huh? Hey, pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time.
Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot.
Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake.
But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs?
Oh, now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim.
That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Represent everything I can.
Down in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... sure, of course someone else really did it.
Alright, I'm gonna go take a look at those real quick. Oh. Did you post them in... Do you have a Discord, Raven? Because, I don't think I'm in that one.
Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth.
The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. That's alright. I double and triple check everything because I am just scared to post something in someone else's Discord, like, out of context. Yeah, I had to put all of mine into folders, which, fun fact, did you know that you can put Discord servers into separate folders? I didn't know that until a couple of weeks ago. Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. You have 5 folders. I only have 3 folders, but I honestly should break one of them up into separate folders.
That's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently, he's forgotten.
I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office.
Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Okay. So what extra dialogue options? Alright. So this ID card belonged to the victim?
He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. Okay, for real this time.
Hey, there we go.
The final mix is a very dark purple, but it is purple for sure. And the spread is all the inks that went into it. That is a lot of different colors. Very cool. Very, very cool. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but
you are also covered in all the colors now. It's a good way to be. Colorful outside for a colorful personality. Semi-lurk to clean up the mess. Fantastic. Enjoy cleaning up and enjoy your lurk. Thank you again for the raid, Raven. I very, very much appreciate it.
Whereas Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot.
And Lana's confessing as much.
He's in a tough spot again.
Again?
Yeah.
Your vortex mixer is shiny and blue because of the spill. That makes sense. I actually know what a vortex mixer is. Even though I've never done anything like that myself, I follow some people on Instagram and TikTok that, well, one of them in particular, she goes by Vintage Dusties, and she restores and swatches vintage and antique nail polishes. Most of the ones that I'm interested in are like the hard candy and oh my god, why can't I think of the name of the other brand? It was an alternative brand of nail polishes from like the 90s. It's really cool, but she even has restored some from like the 1930s. So nail polishes are almost a century old. It's really cool.
Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond.
But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious.
I had no idea he was under the gun. Yeah, it's... Y'all vintages, you're all like Pokemon, you know, vintage watercolors, vintage dusties. I gotta catch them all. Right? Is that how it works? But, you know, the nail polish girl, she doesn't stream on Twitch. You're a Pokemon. You can poke me. Wait. Huh.
Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself.
What?
But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us.
This disturbing thing. I was wondering about that.
What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece.
Pokeball Snowball. So, yeah, I'm in Colorado, and it was Christmas yesterday, and it rained. No snow. It just rained. No such thing as a white Christmas, huh? Oh, we get to see this thing dance again. You made this, Detective Gumshoe?
The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die.
Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Why is that evidence? There's a handprint on his face. Thanks, Tira. I hope yesterday was awesome for you and Chris and everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas.
And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot.
That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police.
Yeah, merry, happy, non-specific denomination holidays. Yes, 100%. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Christmas. There is more than just Christmas this time of year. There are 1,000 holidays this time of year.
Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Oh, every day is Halloween. Every day. 100%, yes. Yay, I get to investigate the crime scene. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Why is this still... Okay. I can't skip this. It didn't give... Okay, there's the check mark. Got it. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Oh my god, so, all this talk about puzzles. I got an extension cable for, as a gift for Christmas. So I can actually, probably can't hear me very well. This is a puzzle that I have bought, and I have yet to even start to put it together. It's, as you can see, a bunch of cassette tapes. And if I had a better way to set up my camera and also room anywhere near me for jigsaw puzzling, I would totally do this on stream. That actually sounds really fun. But for right now, it just lives over there with my Dungeons and Dragons stuff. As in my dry erase maps and my source books. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And I said, hey, when you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. I always get excited when I come to a police station. I don't. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. Huh? You know, with all the police and criminals. Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. There it is. Look at those two officers over there. They're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? Talking about food. Okay, lay it on me. Are you saying that's what they were talking about, was talking about food? No idea. Why? No, I bet the officers are talking about food. Okay, yeah. Well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? You're making pizza? I did that yesterday. And I posted pictures, or a picture, in your Discord. And it came out amazing. Although... I need to get a pizza peel. You know, like one of those big paddle things to insert the pizza into the oven and remove it. Yeah, but I think my stepdad ordered one, so... Panda? Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras, or did they not have those at your zoo? The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board here. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I've always thought it was kind of funny.
I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. She has a point. Alright. Back to Edgeworth? Maybe? Or, yeah, back to the underground parking lot. Might be able to investigate further. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello? Why the surprised looks, didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. The scene of the crime, a cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watch over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? Yeah. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. That's rude. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cowdog. He holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in, then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Crumpled and discarded. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that part. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the Chief Prospector. Well, my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here, to this parking lot? So it seems, like hauling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but... Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Busted his ass down to patrolman, come on now. Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina?
So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet.
Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation?
Present the weapon. Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. That's what we do in Texas. You're from East LA. Remind me never to visit Texas. Ah, toy shield. Suits the boy well. What exactly could you shield with that? A toy knight, maybe?
Officer Marshall, don't you have anything good to say about Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't like him, right? We get the point. You know, when I was a detective, I got one of these.
Let me guess. Did it have a K for King of Detectives on it? Hey, they can use the same shield over and over. Note to self, the prosecutor's office and criminal affairs are surprisingly cheap.
You know it. They've gotten cheaper with every passing year, I tell you. Okay. "5:12 p.m. Prospector's bright red steed came in at a trot, real slow like.
Trot?
Mama Donna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. So it seems the chief prospector was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse.
So what you mean is,
the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along. Alright. Name of deceased, Bruce Goodman, 36-year-old male. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 and 5:30 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Always good to read the evidence. I'm going to present that to him. No. Alright. Now I can look over here. There's a tape recorder that I wanted to see. This looks... Or it's a cell phone? It looked like a Walkman. This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out?
Yes. Right, let's check it out. Oh my god, more tutorial.
Man, what a boring strap.
What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know.
Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap.
These are hard to come by, you know. I see the series is as popular as ever with the kids. Oh yeah, I can rotate this.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever, let's check this phone out. She's just a little Gen Z punk roasting the millennial. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button.
Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you?
Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. That was a good jingle. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones.
Oh, that? Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone.
What? Your phone?
Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number.
Why was... What?
Hope you're not lying.
They shoot you for that in Texas, partner.
Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
Not for lying, they shoot you for the truth, too.
Yeah, they do. That's why I don't go to Texas. No, thank you. Quite a luxury car. It screams I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when this killer closed the trunk on him.
Makes notes. Texas is scary.
Yeah, you want to know the real scary part? Is that you can drive like 10 hours from one point in Texas. You can drive 10 hours and still be in Texas. That's the scary part. That and the fact that everyone has guns. You have got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Yeah, Texas is enormous. Yeah, Texas is bigger than a lot of European countries. It's far too big. And honestly, we should give it back to Mexico and then also do like Bugs Bunny and like saw Florida off the map so it just floats off into the Atlantic.
What else can I investigate over here?
A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. No, decidedly not a fan of Florida. No. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. Planning on giving up my job that soon. There's a whole, like, carousel of cars. B block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Why would a cow... Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think feeding a cow a steak is a great idea. Alright, nothing else to investigate, it looks like. Look at this. Yeah, it does feel like a crime, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is actually, because it's a prion disease. Prion? I don't know. Prion. I don't know how that's pronounced. But yeah, those prion diseases are typically brought on by consuming specifically brain matter. I'm not going to investigate that anymore. Well, I'm going to check this knife. I haven't actually done this yet. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this, anyway? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild. Edgeworth? In the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Okay. Done all the investigating we can on this. It's kind of fun to just rotate it around, right? Name and ID number written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 584-189. I wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. True. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabba-Dab. See, wouldn't that be better? Yabba-Dab? Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point, teehee. It doesn't take much to amuse her. I can't look on the back. There's nothing to look at on the back. Alright. Okay, I can talk more to Jake here. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. Afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will? Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina, Chief Prospector Lana Skye. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? See if Edgeworth... No. Nothing new there. So maybe... the detention center. Talking to Lana? Or... let's go here. No. Alright. Go back here, and then go to the detention center. Nope. I've got to be missing something. Let's go back to my office? No. Gumshoe wasn't here anymore, right? Oh, he is. Yeah, so... As a detective, I have to keep my mouth shut on that one. I know better than to go blabbing on about things I don't know about. No, I wouldn't want you to do that either. Go. I don't think I have anything. Okay, I already talked about that. Alright, before I figure out where to go next, I am going to take a quick break. I'm going to leave everyone with some music here. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Yeah. Listen to some Daft Punk. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick break. And, yeah, I'll be right back. If everyone needs to, grab a snack, get something to drink. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, just a real quick break there. Let's just go ahead and jump back here. There we go. Alright, no more cliffhanger. I'm thinking I missed something.
So, I'm pretty sure it's here. It's like there's gotta be... It's like that's... Oh! I thought I examined everywhere on the car. Silly me. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort? Look, something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 67S 122. That doesn't seem right to me. There's a name printed above the paper on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Hey, the jingle. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. A detective is murdered, and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Save point. So close. Trial former? Not sure what that means. Anyway, let's keep going. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. I'm thinking, just looking at the date here, I'm thinking there's something weird about that note that was found in the trunk. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. Hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm gonna look at something real quick.
Yeah. I think that's upside down. I don't think it's 6-7S 12-2. I think it's 221 SL9. I think that's what it is.
Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand.
The cough-up queen? Why is her name the cough-up queen? Come on.
Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks.
Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What does pickled tapioca taste like? That sounds... I wonder... I bet I could get down on some pickled caviar.
Name. Profession. Now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating.
Hurry it up.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Well, what exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Oh, I know who you are. Cough up.
Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright,
I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Hi, Azzy, welcome in. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star.
Wait, are they talking about me? Azzy, she's a former cop. So, repeat after me, kids. If they are legally untouchable, they are ethically unfuckable. Don't fuck cops, kids. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
All right, cross-examination. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. That is a fact, Azzy. They are fun to make dirty jokes to and make them incredibly uncomfortable, although I feel like that goes differently when you do it versus when I do it. Yeah. I guess I'm allergic to joking with cops like that. I break out in handcuffs. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Unfortunately, Azzy, I don't own handcuffs. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. Good lord. A birthday gift coming my way, huh? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. You're wrong on both counts, lady. You definitely have an anti-prosecution bias, which, I mean, respect. But you're also a former cop, so fuck you.
Very well. You may continue, Miss Starr.
This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? She makes it kind of really hard to hate her, right? Because, like, if she wasn't a former cop, I think I'd say we stan a polyamorous queen. But... And she also hates prosecutors. Like, come on. Judge Daddy. Thank you, Azzy. That's beautiful. I love your commentary. It's great. The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. God damn it. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. So he's single, I see. I do make good food, so I've been told. Judge Daddy is still on the table, then. You do have a penchant for older men, don't you? When I sense something... Yeah. You sensed something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... How would you say... Oh, yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. Hey, Gore, welcome in. And yeah, this is the final trial of the first game.
I have no idea what that means.
Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
Young cheese?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
I must be hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Thanks, Emma. In any case, there, in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Through the wire fence. Yeah, you saw through the wire fence. By garish car, you mean... Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Yeah, Edgeworth is finding himself in a lot of compromising positions. I'm sure Phoenix would love to put him into compromising positions as well, or be put in compromising positions by Miles. Whichever way your fanfiction goes. I know you were. So, what do you think their ship name is? Is it Wright? Because I feel like that's kind of a perfect ship name, Wright. Actually, we're going to say you'd put him in a... Yeah, you would. Wright is perfect. All right. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences, my bad, of doubting me? I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. God damn it. Her talking about food and like showing off those delicious lunchboxes and everything. I'm hungry. Oh, man. After stream, I might go grab some food. Need to move my car anyway. Uh-oh. No liquid. Bear with me a moment. You are a crab, so don't threaten the good time.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could try plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunch boxes is rigged with a camera. Sorry, grabbing another peep seed. Unfortunately, it's not Easter, so it's not actually Peepsy. And also, Pepsi really missed out with that Marshmallow Peep Pepsi by not calling it Peepsy. It's also, like, weirdly overly sweet. It's not terrible, but it's also not my favorite. Yeah, right? The marketing writes itself. I mean, let's be fair. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. That's not good. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Is your knife? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Hey, Tucker, welcome in. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. Surgeons. You're thinking of surgeons. I love that emote, Tucker. That's such a good wave. Whose emote is that, anyway? Peachy? Peachy Shortcake. Yeah, that's a good emote. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person? Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You don't like her? I'm torn. Not conflicted. To quote, I think, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the boulder is conflicted. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! Let's see what all the evidence that I have. Floor plans. I'm gonna check those. Okay, so she was in the food truck. Yeah, she would have been there. On my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. No, no. No prints. Yeah, in the photo she's wearing gloves, so there would be no prints. She's also got a boatload of blood. Oh, wait a minute. She took the photo before the crime, right? Why is there already blood on her coat? And also, she didn't have a knife in her hand.
Objection!
And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. This is the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife?
Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing.
Objection!
And how can you tell that? Blood spatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph.
Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood.
Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Yeah, and see, I said spatter as well, but she did absolutely say splatter. But yeah, it is blood spatter. Thank you, Dexter Morgan. And also, like, true crime podcasts and shit like that. I'm going to object here. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. He killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection!
Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph.
Well, are those gloves?
Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves.
These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder, a serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony.
Hold it!
What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves?
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr.
This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Stars. Okay. Alright, read that already. I'm gonna look... Okay, he said the gloves were presented evidence. I don't have evidence in the court record. There's got to be something that I can... I really want to see a case IRL where someone yells out, "Don't fall for it, Judge Daddy." That would be amazing. Yeah, that would be absolutely incredible. So I think whoever wins the case gets to top the other. Edgeworth seems to lose a lot, so my assumption is he's a bottom. Edgeworth literally only loses to Phoenix. That's it. He's never lost a case to anyone other than Phoenix. Phoenix does not have big top energy, though. Like, come on. Wright is just a couple of switches. What, do you think they flip a coin when they get back home? God damn, all of this evidence is really kind of damning. Become a lawyer. Don't fall for it, Judge Daddy. I mean, objection. I love you guys. I'm really at a loss as to what to present on what statement here, because I've got to present something. So, I'm going to look at something real quick. Just something unrelated. I'm going to check my email. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to check my email. Oh. That's alright. Okay.
Objection!
Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell boxed lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there? The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Tommy, are prosecutors bad people? Yes. The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. I love all the, like, the damage noises, like, excuse me, like the slashes and the and all that. It makes it sound like a fighting game, which is just beautiful. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. No. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Ah, the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you! My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now? Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. How would she know that? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. There it is. Again and again. He was stabbed once. I'm not even going to press anything else. I'm just going to... The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? Can I ship myself with the judge? Is that a thing people do? Yes, Azzy, that is called a self-insert fanfiction. I've read a lot of fanfiction in my day. Not so much lately, but I've definitely read fanfiction. Am I spawning any or having any creative juices flowing? Are you going to start writing fanfiction? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I already saw the contradiction. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, no. I'm gonna present the autopsy report.
Objection!
Yep. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that. You don't know anything about fanfiction. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. You're not creative enough to write, let alone riveting fanfic. I'm going to quote Adventure Time here. It wasn't a flesh wound. It was a bad enough wound for him to exsanguinate. He died from blood loss. But yeah, I'm going to quote Adventure Time, specifically Jake talking to Finn. Dude, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. So, like, how do you get good? You practice. Like, come on. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha, you're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood in her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify.
Hold it!
A red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's not wearing a scarf. She's wearing it there, but she's not in the photo. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood?
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance! Chance for what, I wonder? Yeah. Yeah, this is... Alright, I'm getting back to that last statement. And I'm going to present the photo.
Objection!
Because she's not wearing her scarf. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation.
The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim.
Azzy, do you need something to drink? You seem thirsty.
And you've proved it yourself with this photograph.
Huh? But that can't be.
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really.
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Not the first time being thirsty for men who aren't real? Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be a moment of truth. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Starr, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Starr. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Azzy, haven't you ever heard of a citizen's arrest? They exist. It's a real thing. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Who isn't weak against poisonous snake bites. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. What is this here? Gore. That's incredible. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rare. Very well, Mr. Wright, or cross-examination, if you will. I absolutely will. How could she have gotten over there so quickly if she was on the, Yeah, let's take a look at this map real quick. Yeah, this dotted line in between A and B is a chain link fence with no gate. Yeah, and Possessed Portal is a fucking rude-ass card, and something that was already on my radar is something that I would very much love to play. Yeah, she said she saw her through the fence, which means that they were on opposite sides of the fence. Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her. I'm gonna present the map here. Really? God damn it, penalty. I'm gonna press on these, I'm gonna see. So where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did you do then? You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe I should press her for more details? Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The Lunchland car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B block. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car. Yes, that's not 30 feet, but okay. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, the cough-up queen, lunch lady athlete indeed. Over it? Is that possible? Would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Oh, I guess there is a gap at the top, okay. Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? Look at the court record again, because there's gotta be something there. You mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word? So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. God damn. Her
phone, she can't mean... By phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see Miss Starr.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall?
That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness.
Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying?
You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court?
I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this? What is it, Mr. Wright? Has the map been updated? Okay, yeah, there it is. Miss Starr, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye.
Objection!
The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
It's full of personal bias. You sexy idiot. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. There it is, Azzy. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You say you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If, indeed, you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it.
Order, order! What is the meaning of this?
It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies.
That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court.
Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Skye tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. Why, what is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it.
Pointless to lie, I see.
Let's say the witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
A different location? Now that is a pointless lie if I ever heard one.
Objection!
Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Fucking hell, Phoenix.
Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? Okay, how could she have gotten the photograph through the chain link, which is clearly in the photo? The security room is blocked by that partition too, isn't it? Oh, the trial is 100% Phoenix and Miles' foreplay. 100%. I don't know, where do we think she saw it from? So if she was in the security room, then she couldn't have gotten the picture through the chain link. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try here. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room. Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. Oh, he could have seen over the partition. Got it. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Starr.
Porter! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. This photograph, it was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands.
Objection!
It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason.
So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright.
Huh? Me?
Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change.
The angle? What do you mean?
Well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a more 3D view of the crime.
And this is important? Why?
No. God damn it. Yeah, let's reconsider. God damn it. Distance to the crime or difference in lighting? I mean, it definitely changes the distance, but... Should go for the lighting. It's a difference in lighting.
Lighting? What does that mean?
See, the security guard... No. No, okay, it's distance. God damn, I'm doing it poorly. Okay, it's gotta be the distance. Yeah. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime.
Objection!
My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Skye? Well, witness. You... Yes? You ordered the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend.
He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Wow, yeah. She had to go. That's why I had to go through the visitors' parking in B block.
That's quite a detour.
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there who in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta at that amount of time if you like it al dente. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank, isn't that strange?
Strange?
If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor?
Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Don't get the wrong idea, I didn't kill anyone.
But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Skye dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. We're getting there.
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. Yeah, I only had one penalty left. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned.
Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me.
I prefer to not take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence.
What was that?
Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes?
My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr.
Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple-decker! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Let's see what it is. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Objection!
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
Seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Let me look at the evidence real quick. This blood, it's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. How could she have cut herself?
Poor sis. Oh, there's blood here too.
On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's.
He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
Okay.
Hold it!
Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsifies evidence, arrange testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it? The false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
And you found this shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really.
In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next.
You should just be arrested.
Hold it!
So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective.
The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman? As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Scott.
Hold it!
You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh. Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
It's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone's but Miss Lana Sky's.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was going to say that.
Hold it!
I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough trouble or enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? Yes. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes, you're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now, but you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence.
Should be the blood on the bottom, right?
Take that!
I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie, or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe.
Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of this shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe?
There's... The dude was upside down in the trunk, right? Blood on the jacket? I'm so close. I'm just going to look this up. I'm so close to losing here. Oh, yeah, it is the crime photo. Yeah, there's no pool of blood in the picture.
Take that!
Yep, you're right. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Oh! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort.
Order!
What, huh?
You were correct, though, Azzy.
Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think.
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
I see. Now I get it.
Get what?
Aroused? 'Cause yeah. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There was one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
Picked over an oil drum.
Those were full of water. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water.
Water?
What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against you. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please! What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky...
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox, a lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else. The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments, and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cough up, Queen. Look at this.
Photograph.
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait!
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, Wright? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph.
It's got to be the shoe in the water, right?
Take that!
Well, it's... no. God damn it. Oh, thank God I get... There's something in the muffler. Weird. Because there's no blood anywhere.
Take that!
No. God damn it. Okay, I'm getting tired and a little hungry. I'm gonna look this up. Oh. Alright. I did say there was something in the muffler.
Take that!
There it is. The problem in this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. A muffler is also part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system.
Pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection!
Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
Take that!
Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Oh, that was close. But we made it, at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? Alright. Well, and with this, I'm going to save. And, yeah, wow, I've been going for over 3 hours. I'm proud of myself. Trial former, trial ladder. Alright. Let's get the, air. Yeah, let's just go ahead and play the song. Alright, anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and find someone for us to raid out to. I do want to thank everyone for hanging out. I want to thank Raven Blackheart for the raid. And I know that's my name too, but they raided in when brought their wonderful community here. And let me give them another shout out real quick before we go. Raven, thank you again so much for bringing your community here. So let's grab the raid call if you like, and let's see who we're going out into. Let's see here. Now, I've got some like. You've had to clarify that I'm not your alt account. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not your alt account. So now they know that it's just totally separate person. Yup. None of the people I usually raid into. Let's see who else is. You know what? Let's go into another Lego stream. Yeah, we're gonna go into Panfred Nudo, who is building the Lego Dreams Nightmare Shark ship. So yeah, again, I want to thank everyone for hanging out. Thank Raven for the raid, and I will be back on Saturday for more Final Fantasy IX. That's an earlier in the day stream. Yeah. Broke Liz the other day, so I know you're not the same person. Yeah, I'm not sure who Liz is. But anyway, yeah, if anyone wants to copy the raid call, feel free, and let's go give Panfred Nudo some love. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks again. Bye.